What up, what up? Welcome to Vibin with Ashley Live. I'm your host, the one and only Ashley Live, and this is episode 206 of my show. Tonight, I am bringing back singer, songwriter, and guitarist Devan Blake Jones to my show. You know what they say, third time's a charm, and this will be his third appearance on my show. So Devan first came onto my show episode 91, July 2021, and then episode 130, which was November 2021, and now it's, October 2023, so it's been almost 2 years since Devan's last appearance on my show, but I'm always excited to have him on the show because he has so many amazing things going on. His passion for performing started at a young age while growing up in a musical household. In 2021, Devan was featured on season 20 of The Voice and finished in the top 17. His newest single, Island Love, will drop October 30th. Devan is in the house. Let's get this party started.
Hey!
Devan, how are you?
You're there! Oh my gosh.
I know, Devan.
So good to see you.
I'm just saying in my intro, third time's a charm. The last two times you were on my show was in 2021. It's been almost 2 years. I feel like we have so much to catch up on.
We have a lot to catch up on. It's been a long time.
I'm wonderful.
How are you? I'm good. Doing good. We are here with Ashley Live, y'all. It's been a hot minute.
We are here with Devan Blake, the one and only. So very honored to chat with you because the time that I have had you on the show, just been so open and honest, and your time on The Voice, and it's just always such a pleasure and honor. And I feel like we just dive really deep into what we're talking about.
Yes. Always. I mean, I feel like that's just the way to go. It's an interview, right? Let's keep it real as we can.
We got to keep it real because that's just how I roll. And I know the time.
Hey, there you go. That's how we roll over here at Ashley Live, okay?
Exactly. So very excited to have you back on the show. I feel like we have so much to talk about. I want to start off with your single, Frivolous, which was released in May. Now, this was your first single since your appearance on The Voice. So talk to me about the creative process behind it. I also know that you dropped a music video.
I did. Oh man, Frivolous was released a while ago. I loved the song when we first did it. We recorded it before I did The Voice. Did The Voice, and I was like, I need music to put out. I have to put out something. And the process ended up taking a really long time. I ended up not wanting to put the song out. I don't know if you know, but sometimes, like, as an artist, like, you go back and forth so many times. Like, we need this thing, like, we need reassurance. We need someone to tell us it's good enough, or whatever the case may be. But I didn't want to put the song out. And then we put it out. We got to a place where we decided to put it out. And I was glad to because, you know, it's something about committing to it. You know, let me commit. I may not like it then, but we put in all this work. There's so many people that were involved in the process other than myself. So I was just happy to put it out. The video shoot, there was maybe 50 people there, like, involved and that were a part of the process, that were extras, that were actors. A lot of my friends came last minute to be a part of it. So for me, it was more like I put that video out more for everyone else. I do love the song, but I just feel like when I put it out, I had grown so much. I had learned so much. I had realized, you know, the kind of music I wanted to put out. And I love the style of the song. I just lyrically and delivery-wise, I feel like I could do better. And so we put the song out. I haven't actually performed that song live except for when I performed at Red Rocks, and we'll have to talk about that later. But that song is really just about, you know, and I feel like we might have talked about this release before I put the song out, but it's really just about like owning up to the moment, you know? And have you ever been out with your friends and then you have that one friend who just wants to talk the whole time, you know? And then you realize like, we came here to dance. We did not come here. I did not come here. And I know I want to empathize with you. Like tonight is the night that we are I have on my best sneakers. We're going to go out. We're going to have a good time. That's what that song is about. You know, I really enjoy going out with my friends and having a good time, letting it all out on the dance floor. And so that's kind of really where that one is. But yeah. Did that answer your question?
Totally,
I feel like I'm
totally fine. You definitely answered my question. I love the fact, though, you had the song out, right? But like before The Voice, and then you were like holding on to it for a while. Why do you think you didn't want to release it?
I just, you know, I think sometimes, like, so for me, when I write a song, I listen to it 1,000 times. And it's like that, what do they call that, that complex? Like, not faker, but like, what is it? Help me, what is the complex? Um, what is the word? Imposter syndrome. Oh my gosh. So I had a lot of that because I had never really, you know, The Voice was, when I did the four-way knockout, I don't know if you remember, but I had this spin action. And I don't usually show that side of me. In this video, like everyone loved that performance. And so I knew that it was time for me to step out of my boundaries and do that. And I was just afraid to like show that part of me at that time. But I think it's just deep down, I just knew that I wanted to like do new sounds, new things. So it's hard when usually you release a song and then you have that happen. But in this instance, I hadn't released it yet and I knew I wanted to do some like new vibes. So it was hard to like put that out knowing that it wasn't representing who I was at the time. It was representing me 4 years ago, prior to the release. So that's why, but it's all good. I think I'm loving like learning that people that listen to my music or any artist's music, like there's grace there. Like they're growing with us. They haven't heard it yet. I've heard it 1,000 times, but maybe people who are there to support me haven't heard it yet. So I've kind of vowed to like, when I commit to writing something now, regardless of where I stand, like I'm just gonna put it out if I've talked about it, because maybe it's gonna help someone else's day, you know, or someone else might like to, maybe they want to play that song at the gym, or they want to go and ride their bike. Which, by the way, I think right now I'm in the place of wanting to put out like up-tempo songs, because I want people to play my stuff when you're on your bike ride for the evening, watching the sunset, you're dancing, you're at the club, you're at the gym. Like, I really don't want people to cry to my music right now. I want you to have fun. I hope that it uplifts and makes you want to shake your groove thing a little bit. So that's kind of, Frivolous is long and gone, but I will probably perform it at some shows in the future with the band. It works better with the band than track for me.
I love what you said about like up-tempo music though, because sometimes when I'm at the gym or like I'm working out, I'm not really listening to like Adele, right? I want up-tempo. I want like new, like good times, like because like if I listen to Adele, like I might just start crying. There's
I'm just like thinking of someone like trying to do squats, like "Hello from the other side." Like,
no shade to
my work.
Adele. Love Adele. It's just there's a time and a place, and I have to mentally be in that right space. But like I feel like I personally gravitate toward a lot of funky, upbeat music, and so that's good because then like people tend to. I feel like people are more drawn to upbeat music, right?
I think it depends. You know, there's times I just honestly have not listened to a lot of slow ballads in a while. I just haven't. Except for, and I will do a quick shout out to Carolina Real, because she just put out an amazing song called I Want to Buy My Mom a House. And it just, I love her whole thing she's got going on. I'm so proud of her. So there's times when it works, but on the day-to-day for me, I'm like you, I tend to gravitate towards like, what's going to get me going for the day? I just had my coffee. Like, what am I going to play today?
And yes,
Yeah.
Carolina Real. Quick shout out because Carolina has been on my show multiple times. And guys, if you don't know Carolina Real from The Voice, incredible vocalist, performer. We love and adore her, and her music is so heartfelt and vulnerable. Please, please, please go check her out after this interview if you don't already know who she is.
Please.
Yes.
And not only her mom is, because, you know, when we're out in Burbank, we spend a lot of time together. And her mom was just hilarious, funny, cool. And I remember like feeling like just I had another mom there because she would make sure we ate food. She made sure that we like had hugs when we needed them. So I love that song for her because her mom really is just such a nice lady.
Yeah. Yeah, and
really
it's amazing because in her videos and the clips that we've seen, you can tell that bond is so strong, and that is a place like her vocals and the songwriting and just the emotion behind that. Like that is very powerful.
100%. I really like want a success for her. So yeah, follow her when you can.
Girl, like I said, anyway. Carolina, please guys, give her some love. Give her love. So Red Rocks in Colorado is such an iconic venue. I feel like every time I talk to you, I have to talk about Red Rocks because I talk to so many musicians and so many people don't live in Denver, never been to Denver, never even attended a show or performed at Red Rocks. But you have been fortunate to perform there twice.
Yeah.
So talk to us about those two experiences you had while performing there.
The first experience that I had was opening up for Dermot Kennedy. So he had seen some videos from The Voice, and I think I submitted for it, but I forgot that I did. And then I got an email 3 days before the show saying, hey, Dermot wants you to open up for him at Red Rocks, but you have to play your guitar. He doesn't want you to use it, can't have your band. You need to play guitar. And I was like, so I replied, and I remember going, is this a joke? Like, are you guys, who are you? And why would you do this to me? This is such a mean thing to do. And then he goes, Devan, you don't remember applying for this? And I was like, no. So I made him call me, and he was like, this is real, and you need to confirm because we're going to pick somebody else. So anyway, I said yes, called out of work for 3 days because I hadn't touched my guitar in 2 months. And we went and did the show. I went and did the show. I had a friend from Chicago fly out. She's the one who actually introduced me to him. Fly out. And we got to hang out with Dermot. The thing about him is he made me feel like we had been friends for forever. We were supposed to wait for a shuttle to take us to backstage to get to where we're supposed to go. And they pulled up literally in a van, pulled up next to us, rolled the window down, and was like, hey, do you need a ride? And we were like, oh my God. So we get in the van and we drive down to go in, and it was a pretty magical experience. I got to sign my name in the tunnel, which was really cool. And so that was the first time. It was just so incredible. I mean, I can't even fathom. I remember finishing my set and feeling sick to my stomach because I was just like, did this just really happen? Also, it was me with my guitar alone, what the heck? And then the second time, it was just me and my band. I got picked up to do a film festival. They play a movie during the summertime, every other week, and they have a band come and perform for everyone before, and they asked me to do it, and I said, you know what? I could do this by myself, but I'm going to ask every person who could be in my band to do it. I had 2 backup singers. I had a huge thing because I just wanted everyone to experience what I did and be a part of it and share that because I had done it before. So yeah, Red Rocks is just iconic. Have you been to Red Rocks?
I love.
Who did you see at Red
Rocks? Colorado-based band. They're called the Motet. They're like a jam band.
Yes. You saw the Motet?
You know them, right?
Oh my God.
Okay.
I know Yeah,
So
for years. Like
they,
that's
I think
wild.
I found out about them when they played a show in New York. And I was like, first off, good vibes, upbeat, fun, like just funky stuff. And then I'm like, I've always wanted to go out there. I'm like, I need to find a show at Red Rocks that I can go to that show and then build a trip around Denver. Because that's usually what I do is like, I'll find a show and then I build a trip around the show. So that's what I did.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Like my cousin just came here from Brooklyn a couple days ago, and he went and saw Thundercat there. I think last night. I had seen Thundercat so many times before, so I was like, I'm gonna pass on this one. But it's people travel from afar to come there because you have the sunset, and the horizon. You're like literally have to hike a mountain to get to the venue. A lot of people don't know
Yeah,
that about Red
that's
Rocks.
the thing. So what I did is someone said you can take a shuttle bus up there. So there's like a couple shuttle buses that like stop at restaurants. And so I hopped on the shuttle bus and it let us off right in the parking lot. But like it was just so surreal being there because you see, like you said, the horizon, the weather. It's like you're
It's
just like, am I
gorgeous.
really here right now? And just to take it like it's just such an
Yeah,
incredible experience. And they do like yoga during the day. So great. I could do that. But
they
it's just
do
wild
yoga.
because I
That's
think like
hilarious. They do.
everybody needs to experience something like that. Like whether you're a musician and you just play or you are a huge fan of music. It's like a bucket list item for so many people that
It's just the experience of Red Rocks as a whole, just to get out and
yeah,
like see what it looks like a concert venue, like in the side of a
right.
mountain, like what the heck? So yeah, I'm happy you went. I did not know that you had been to Red Rocks before. Next time I play, we need to get you a first class ticket to Colorado to come see me play Red Rocks whenever
I
that
want
happens again. I don't know, but if it happens twice already,
I
I'm convinced it's got
I
to happen
am
once more based on my
manifesting this for
lifetime.
you because then it gives me a chance to her. And so like yeah. So I always when I go to a different city, I like to just like look at little bars and stuff. And so I always try to make my trip around music, whatever it might be. So please, 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 when you get booked for Red Rocks, you just let me know. And I
No, I will. I will let you know 100%. We'll have to get you down in the
oh my god,
tunnel
that'd
and
be
sign your
so cool.
name.
That'd be so cool. God. So what do you think makes Red Rock such a special place for musicians?
Honestly, it's not only just like the scenery when you get there,
Mm,
it's just like unreal. I mean, I can say from an artist standpoint, it's like it took my breath away when I walked on the stage. I was like, I can't do this. I could not do this. Like I needed people around me to go, yes, you can do this. But it's just knowing like all the amazing artists that have performed there. I mean, from the Beatles to Mariah Carey, I mean, the list goes on. If you Google like who's performed at Red Rocks, it's just I think that that's the thing for me is just being able to share a stage, not share a stage, but perform on the same stage as people that I grew up listening to that have shaped my artistry. That was really cool for me. But I will say, like, probably the craziest thing as an artist is just seeing the way that it's set up because it looks like when you're on stage, you're like looking like you can look up all the way,
yeah.
and the people, it looks like they're gonna go behind you because of the angle of like how the seats are built. I just remember that like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna stop looking up because like it keeps going. But yeah, just the beauty of Colorado and what how nature is incorporated with music. I think my cousin's first time seeing Red Rocks, we were there. There was like a eclipse or something like that, like a half eclipse. So it's just really the energy while you're there. So I'd say that's probably why it's so cool.
Yeah, the energy is something else. It's like you're there, and then whether you're on stage or whether you're in the audience, you just look around. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm here. And then like you see like the rocks, and I like took a
Oh yeah,
photo of red, and I was like, this is like, so wild.
it's wild for sure. It's surreal almost, when you're there because it's just so beautiful. And then when you add music to it, it's just like, wow, I can't believe, especially when it's someone you
Yeah,
love. Like a lot of people go there because they just want to find a concert. But I mean, to actually go and see someone that you really like is that's like takes the cake for sure. Because I know you said you came and saw a local band. Like you gotta try to look at the calendar and be like, oh my gosh, if Tori Kelly plays Red Rocks, we're gonna go together. You're gonna come out. We're gonna go.
Let me know. Let me know because that's actually my next question.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Ellie, I feel like you just like know where I'm going with this. So you actually reconnected with Tori Kelly. You know each other from the American Idol days, so you go like really far back with her. But you just attended her show. You had this amazing photo of her, and when I saw that photo, I was like, I was so happy for you because like I knew the energy and just the smile and just what she means to you as a performer. So tell me about that experience seeing Tori Kelly, but then like reconnecting with her.
Well, I mean, honestly, like the crazy thing was like just meeting. So I had a meet and greet ticket. I had a meet and greet ticket, and it was like you have to be here at this time. So we had to stand in line for a good hour before we could get in, and I had just connected with so many of her fans and other followers. Like I literally went by myself, so it was really I made a ton of friends from going to her show.
Yeah.
So let's just start there, but. I had met her before. I've known her. We were not friends. I don't like have her number. I can't text her or anything, but we definitely have history. There's a lot that we can talk about there. Every time I see her, I remind her, like, remember me? And she's like, oh yeah, I remember you. And we talked about her merch. We talked about the singles that we have that kind of sound alike. That I had recorded one before she had released her album, and I haven't put it out yet. We'll maybe get there in a moment. But I told her, I was like, you're the reason like that I kept playing guitar. Like I had people tell me it's too late, you can't learn to play now. I ended up using my guitar for my blind audition, which to me was just that my way of letting go of all that doubt and all those opinions of like you can't do this.
Yeah.
But she just really like the vibe of like talking to her, and she was like, oh yeah, I gotta check out your new stuff. She's super chill. You never met her. She's very chill, calm, quiet, just cool, calm, and collected. But I'm just always inspired every time that I meet her or see her because she is an artist, true and true. And I was really worried about kind of like where I'm headed with my music. And her newest release, I was like, oh, perfect. Like she can do it, then I can do it too. Like, it's scary to move away from what you're used to and to try new things. But it was amazing. Her concert, she had, I think, performed to tracks, and she had a drummer and a keyboard player. And I had a show recently where like they were asking me to perform the tracks, and I just remember being so afraid to do that because I just am not used to playing the tracks. I'm used to playing with the band or guitar. So seeing her live and seeing like the passion that she has for her music and being able to still perform and give a good show, just with tracks, just really inspired me and let me know like, I can do it. I can do that too. So I will always be a huge Tori Kelly fan. And it's just cool right now because I feel like right now we're kind of in like a similar vibe in regards to some of the music we're putting out. So I don't know. I still say to this day, one of these days we're gonna either do a song together, or I'm gonna open up for her, or I'm gonna go on tour with her. Like you have to speak those things into existence, and I just believe it's gonna happen. There's too many things. So she's awesome.
I know that's going to happen for you because I feel like you do have that connection with her. And I think even when you opened for Dermot at Red Rocks, right? Like they had, because they usually do that. Some of these bigger artists, they will say, hey, we're looking for a local act to open up for us, which I love when artists do that because, we've been to many shows where the opening act will go from city to city, but I think it's really dope when they say, hey, we're looking for people in these specific cities to open for us because then you're introduced to all of their fans and then they kind of co-sign for you. So this Tori Kelly thing, it's happening. This for you, I know it's going to happen. And it's just because you already have that history,
Yeah. No, she's always very nice to me and very, loving and accepting and appreciative of the words that I give to her. And it's for me, that's, you know, how I want to be. My aunt Shannon had taken me to see Todrick Hall. I don't know. Do you know who Todrick Hall is?
Yes,
So
Todrick Hall won the Masked Singer. Do you remember that?
oh, he did win the Masked Singer.
He
I
won.
forgot. I forgot that he won. But I had heard some of his songs, and I wasn't like a huge fan or anything, but I had seen his songs, and my aunt was like, we gotta go. So she bought tickets, and I literally had seen Tori Kelly perform 2 nights before that. And, or no, the night before. And he's on stage, and he's like, my girl Tori played Denver last night. Who was there? And I'm in the Raptors, and I embarrassed my aunt because I was like, me, I was there. Everyone else is like, who? And I'm like, I was there. But he had like 7 different wardrobe changes, 7 or 8. His vocals were on point. The whole show was amazing. And so I was so inspired by that week of shows, seeing him, seeing Tori. And, you know, a lot of artists don't go to shows. They don't go to shows. They don't go support each other because it's, you know, I had a friend of mine and she's like, I don't want to go because I get sad when I go to shows because I should be up there. And it's like, well, you know, that's one take, but like when I go see people that I love, like I get inspired like crazy. I'm like, I can do that too. Or I like that idea. Maybe I need to put my spin on it or whatever. So, you know, I was so inspired by seeing him and seeing Tori perform. And the biggest takeaway from seeing both of them and having interactions with both of them is just how they interact with their fans and their followers and their supporters. And so that's kind of where I'm at. It's just, you know, right now, anyone who like wants to play my songs, listen to them, download them, right now, that's where I'm at. I'm not like, hey, follow me. You know, I'm not on TikTok doing all these things because right now I'm just kind of in the grassroots of like the basics of what is my brand? Who am I? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can sing, I can put on a show, but like it comes down to the music we put out. And so I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to put music out and to be able to experience that, like experience people singing your songs and listening to them live is just, it's wild. It's not like you would think, like, oh yeah, worship me, give me attention. It's more like, holy cow, like you know the words. You listen to this song, like how you like it? You like the song? That's how I see it. So I'm on that train, that Tori Todrick train of like being humble, knowing that things can change at any moment, and just being thankful to be able to live in a country where we can go and record music and make songs and do things to make people happy and make their day better. So I'm just thankful to be able to do it, you know?
Definitely. I love what you said, though. I love that you saw Tori and Todrick very close to each other because when we were... Well, okay, so for people who don't watch the show The Masked Singer, please watch it. It's absolutely... and both Tori Kelly and Todrick Hall were on The Masked Singer, and they killed it. And yes, spoiler alert, Todrick Hall actually won because he's so phenomenal. And Devan, you actually told me earlier that you wanted to be on The Masked Singer. So like, I feel like because those two amazing people were on the show.
I mean, to be honest with you, I've just gotten to a place where I don't sell myself short anymore, and I manifest things. I think at my last show, I was like, I'm going to play the VMAs. Why? Because I remember being rejected and not making The Voice.
Yeah.
Being rejected. I remember like thinking, oh, there's no way I'm ever going to play Red Rocks. Are you kidding me? There were times like that. But things happen over time, and you just never know. And so, yeah, I think it's good. I believe one of these days we're going to look back and have another one of these, and we'll be talking about how I did The Masked Singer and be able to bring it back. But you got to dream. You got to speak things into existence. And I feel like people don't dream anymore, and it's sad to see. And, you know, that's why I love The Voice, because I just feel like they really bring back so much magic into people's hearts that are auditioning, that are a part of the show. That, you know, there's contestants who can sing their butts off, but maybe they need help with wardrobe, or maybe they don't know how to like interview or talk on the mic. Like, I love them for that so much, because, you know, so many amazing singers are just a step away from making the next dream come true. It just comes from just like stepping out, manifesting and saying, you know what? I may not believe in myself today, but I got to believe in my future self. That's kind of how I see it. You know, I may think, oh yeah, I'm sure. Oh yeah, the VMAs, but I got to believe. You got to really remember what it means to imagine and to believe in dreams in this modern day.
I agree. And I think as an artist, when you set really high goals for yourself and you're like, this is on my vision board or this is what I aspire to be, like, it's amazing when you hit that goal, right? Like when you're at Red Rocks, like so many musicians would love the opportunity to not only attend a show there, but to actually play on that stage because it's so iconic. And so for you to do that twice is just incredible.
I know there's times when I'm like, okay, God, did I like hit my max? I get it. That's fine if I never play there again. But I'm learned to not think like that anymore. Like, you know, no, I'm going to play there again. We're going to sell it out. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Because think about it, like the people that you admire, some of your favorite artists, if they just were okay with giving up and saying, okay, thank you. Like, no, you got to go for more. You got to keep. And I really believe it comes down to, like, for me, you know, more songs, you know, more music. And that's where I'm at. Because I'm a little old school. I am not so much into the content creating. Yeah. That's just a little bit past my generation. And I am trying, but I love to sing and I love to perform. But I'm kind of also like not so much on the spectrum of like attention. I'm on a weird space. So, you know, I think right now it's like, you know, I may not have the longest eyelashes or the coolest clothes or the biggest house to show off with my Instagram feed or whatever it is, but you know, please, I'm doing a live. That's my dog. That's my dog. Please, just let us do it. There's a dog that lives upstairs, and he barks, and then my dog barks. Anyway, but yeah, that's where we're at. Just writing new stuff. New music.
New music. It is coming. It's coming. So it hasn't been released yet, but Island Love is coming October 30th. Can you share the details, the inspiration behind this song and what it means to you?
Yeah, I connected with the old producer that I had worked with years ago to write the song. And I got a bunch of beats. I got a bunch of tracks, and I wasn't connecting to much of anything. And then I just was writing, and I just honestly, truly, like in the middle of trying to write the song, I just was like, Island, love, 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 da na 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 na. And I was like, ooh, okay, Island Love. Oh, that's so corny. Whatever. And I kept trying to like come up with something else and it wasn't working. And I was like, you know what? Not everything needs to be this emotional experience. Like some of the greatest songs are about the simplest complex ideas. And I thought about it. I was like, what is the goal here? Do I want to be someone's therapist or do I just want to write a cool song that people can just jam to? They want to play in their car or whatever. So we recorded it and it ended up being like just better than I thought it would be. And like I said, I can't wait for you to hear the whole thing, but it sparked a whole vision in me. I was like, I have to play guitar because, you know, I'm so inspired by Tori Kelly. And I just was in this place of not knowing my sound. I had no idea what my sound was. I had put out Frivolous and I was like, this is cool, but it's still not where it is. But I was in an Afrobeat band, you know, 10 years ago, toured. And so Afrobeat is a part of me, and you know, I'm so happy to be able to incorporate that into my music now. But yeah, I feel like Island Love is the beginning of a new version of myself that's more modern, you know, less wheat bread and maybe a little bit more rye, I guess you could say. I'm going from Quiznos, like just the regular sandwich, to like, oh, we want it toasted. We want it toasted. And you know what? Put some hot sauce on it. Put some hot sauce on the sandwich and give me a side of ranch. I want the ranch, and we want some of them hot, spicy chips too. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, you know, while you're alive, while we're young, and while we're free, let's just expand those creative juices. And so I've been talking with Keegan from our season of The Voice on some stuff as well. He's amazing producing with his production skills. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm working on about 10 songs at the same time. And it's just amazing to be able to be inspired by the production. Because in the past it was like, I have these lyrics and let's make a song around it. And that's how Frivolous worked.
Right.
But now it's like, okay, let's try a different approach. And now I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling this vibe. Ooh, we gonna write to this. And so for me, it's like, if I'm feeling it, if I like the vibe, then maybe people will like it. But at the end of the day, it's more about like what's gonna make me move, what's gonna make me want to get up on the stage and sing my butt off. So I found an amazing group of producers that have just been giving me amazing beats to write to, and it's just been incredible to be able to feel like I have a future, because I was so lost for a while and had no idea what I was gonna do with my songs, and everyone had input. Everyone wanted to tell me like what I should do and who I should become, and I just ended up meeting with a couple of friends to co-write, and we sat in a room for 3 hours and wrote a new song. And so we've just kind of found a formula now, and it just feels so amazing. And I'm just looking forward to the future, to have a catalog of music for people to say like, you know, like I said, I want what Tori has. I don't want her fame. I don't want her, you know, anything that she has other than like that idea of people coming to your show and they just love your music so much. Like that to me is more important than just getting on stage and wearing a cool outfit and having people take pictures and want to be famous. Like, I don't care about that. What I care about is like, when I went to the Tori Kelly concert, I was the one up in the front row singing all the lyrics, and I want to experience that with my followers and supporters as well, because that is that moment of sharing music with someone who created it and someone who's listening to it is just so magical. I'm sure you know, but as an artist, I'm like, that's what I want. So we're going to keep writing. Anyway.
I love it. And I think it's important to just, as an artist, when it hits you and the vibes are right, like you just know. And like, it doesn't have to be like a specific genre. So many artists that just kind of just like do what they feel. And it's cool because like we grow with you, like you guys grow as artists, and like we want to hear you kind of experiment, because you know there's some artists, if you think
that's cool to hear.
Yeah, it's important because you think of yourself, right? Like you think of this past year 2023, like you're not the same person you were in April, right?
So true.
So, like you're always changing and evolving, and like that's cool because like everyone is. And so, you know, there's some artists out there that every song sounds exactly the same, but it's kind of just like we don't want to hear the same song 8 different ways. Like it's just like that's one song and this is a different song and this is you know what I mean? So like I love that you're doing that and you're like going with what feels good to you, because then you're more excited to put something out when you're like, okay, I didn't use my guitar on this, but I'm like into this right now. This is working for me.
Yeah, because I used to just write to like whatever beat was sent to me, and then after I wrote the song, I hated it, right? And it's just not wasted time, but I'm just thankful that I've gotten to a place now where I can listen to a track that a producer sends me and go, send me another or let me listen to it a little bit longer, because you gotta feel it, you know? I can write to anything, but I really want to feel the track. I want to move to it too. So I'm happy to hear that like you like to hear people putting, because I do too. I mean, I want to hear stuff that's different. I want to hear something edgy, a different vibe from that person. So yeah, all the new things. I can't wait for you to hear it. I think you're gonna be like, yeah.
I am so it's just like following your journey as an artist is so much. Getting to know you as a person and having these interviews with you is amazing, and I'm just like we're all on this journey with you, and like just want to like vibe out, have good times. And you're right. Like when someone sends you a beat, you could write to it. But if you're not feeling the beat, you're just like, I can write to it, but I'm not loving this.
Yeah. And it's one thing to be, Miley Cyrus and have a huge record deal with all this money, but as someone like me who's like, I'm literally funding my recording, my everything. Like I pay my writers, I pay my production. Anything I post, I'm paying those people from my own pocket. So I'm like literally not going on company vacations. I'm not doing certain things. I'm not going to shows because I would rather take that money and write a song or make sure that I have a cool outfit for a show that I'm doing. So it's not easy at all, but I think it's definitely important to, understand that the journey is like there's sacrifice. And when it comes to that, it's like, if I gotta pay for a beat, I'm not gonna pay for one if I don't like it. Like I wanna like it. I really wanna like it if I'm gonna pay for it. If everything was given to me for free, of course, I'd probably write 1,000,000 songs, but like things are not free. Like you have to pay for stuff. And that's what people like, I try to explain is like, when we're putting out a single, there's so much of my own money and time that I'm putting into that. So when someone like leaves a comment or shares or decides to download the song and listen to it, like it helps more than people know. Because when you see 1,000,000 people wanting to be an artist and putting out music, it gets convoluted, and people don't talk about their struggles anymore these days because they just feel like it's embarrassing. But I'm the first one to say like, hey, I pay for my beat, please download the song. Like you paying for it, it's not making me more famous or rich or like, it's just helping me to be able to pay for it because like I'm funding it. So I'm not afraid to say that, but also like I just am not the type of artist to like do a GoFundMe because people haven't heard the song yet. And I would rather fund it up front and then say, hey, just download it if you can. Like, even if you download it for free, just listen to it. That's where I'm at. But yeah, it's a whole thing. It's amazing to hear people like, you have no idea. When I see a comment of someone that says, oh my God, this song is amazing, or I can't wait to download it, like that means a lot. It's not for me like, ooh, someone's giving me attention. It's like, oh wow, like I may have someone who may download the song and who may actually come to a show, buy a ticket, and who might like actually want to support the movement that I'm doing or just support one song. So yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Ashley. Sorry.
It is a straight up grind. And, artists put so much of themselves on the line to make this good music. And so, yeah, when people share, they add it to playlists, they bring a friend to a show, they buy merch, like it makes such a difference for artists. And I think people need to, they need to know that. So that's
for sure. Like I said, it's one of those things where like, people have this, just me being an artist, I see it a lot, like this complex of having to be perfect or having to make it seem like, let me make it seem like I'm signed, or maybe let me make it seem like I've got it all together. And I'm learning like, it's better to just be transparent and say, look, hey guys, download my song because I need your help. I need to get it out. I'm not, trying to put up a front. Like, yeah, no, I'm not. I did go buy this outfit. I'm not sponsored. Like, we're still, because people, have these misconceptions that when you're on TV, that, someone asked me the other day, like, are you going on tour? And I'm like, are you kidding me? I wish. Do you know how much more music I need to put out before I can go on tour? But it's just the misconceptions of being on television and, everything is working out perfectly for you now. And it's not bad, but I mean, work needs to be done. There's more songs to be written and there's more shows to be done. And so, when I do a show and someone dances to a song or tells me they like it, whenever I get to that place where I'm playing the VMAs, where I'm doing a sold out show, where I'm on a huge tour, I appreciate these moments and these times to be able to like soak in it and be able to remember. Because I think a lot of artists that are huge right now made it when they were super young, or, they didn't go on a TV show first. And, you know, I think you look at Kelly Clarkson and Carrie Underwood, I mean, there's just a difference in how they handle themselves because the whole world knows they were under fire. The whole world knows that they put themselves out there to be discovered. So, you know, I that's where I'm at. I think I will always be that kind of artist that's okay with showing like the ups and downs to the industry. And, you know, that when you support a local artist and you just take the time to listen to their song or like a post or share it before you decide to do that for someone who is touring the world, like you're really sowing more into their dream. Because in today's day and age, I mean, it's different than it was 20 years ago when you buy your friend's demo or whatever and pass it around. I mean, that's not working the same way anymore. This isn't Eminem with 8 Mile and we can just make a CD and pass it around anymore. People are going to throw it in the trash. You know, it's just the way I've seen it. People pass their demos around downtown and it doesn't go anywhere. But it's, for me, it's more of like, thank you. All I want you to do is listen to it and I hope you like it. You know, I don't ask for anything else from people who support my music. So.
Yeah, like listen, but also comment because the comments mean so much.
They push
Share.
the algorithm, and it's like, you know, I try to do that. I really, really do try to, when I scroll through, to make sure that I'm liking other people's posts and commenting. Like Rain has been really good about that. Like I try to go through a lot of other contestants, even from The Voice. And, you know, I mean, 90% of the time people don't come back and like posts, but, you know, for me, it's just making sure that I do my due diligence before I even have any feelings of, well, how come no one's supporting my stuff? Well, am I supporting someone else's stuff? Am I supporting other people's music? You know, and I mean, I have friends who will go to a concert and won't even post it because they're just so afraid of showing support towards someone else. And so I'm trying to break that barrier and say, like, you know what? You can like me and like a million other people too. Like, it's not going to take away from me to support another artist. But it starts with us. It starts with, like, I can't pass that message without doing it first. So I've been trying really hard to be a support and go to my friends' shows and, you know, comment, like, share, post. But at the end of the day, when you got a hot track, when you got a hot record, and you keep putting them out, it gets there. So,
yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, I love that you support other artists though, because right, like when you go to shows, you get inspired, and liking something, downloading something, sharing something, like that's free. So it's like, you know, it's so important to support our peers in the industry because it's just like, think of the musicians you like. You probably like, I don't know, like 50, 75 different musicians you could name off the top of your head. But that, like, just because you like one person doesn't mean you can't like other people.
It's true. It's true. But it's just the way that it is. I mean, I grew up singing. So, I mean, attention for me is not something that I seek. It just comes with the territory for me. But a lot of people maybe didn't grow up singing and maybe realize that later on in life. And, you know, and with the world of social media and, you know, everyone wants to be seen and heard and wants to feel special and feel important. And I get that. And I'm kind of like past that. I just want to be able to like do what I love and not have to like log into work every day. I don't care if not everybody likes me. I just want to be able to like have enough support to be able to like quit the day job, get out there, play my own music and not have to sing like other people's music all the time, which is amazing because it pays the bills, you know, to be able to do that. So
definitely. So on November 18th, you're performing at Alejandro's.
Speaking of like singing other people's music, right?
Speaking of other people's music, so let's talk about this show. How did you get on the bill with this show?
It's crazy. I was trying to stay away from doing cover shows, and then I got a message from someone who's like books in town, and she was like, you know, we would love to have you for this Luther Vandross tribute show. Would you be interested? And it took me a minute to reply because I was like, are you kidding me? How, like, but then I listened to like a lot of more of his stuff and was like, I can't pass this up because it's a challenge. And for me, I feel like when I take on a challenge, I just come out of it better, whether it be better vocally or just mentally and emotionally of like how to handle myself on stage, or typically it's like, okay, I'm leveled up in a way, some way, whether that be I've learned I can sing a higher note, or like I have more supporters than I thought I did, or I gained more supporters. But I said yes to the show, where it's going to be a 90-minute show at the Soil Dove in Denver on November 18th. And I'm the man of the night. Like there's backup singers and a full band, but tickets are going fast. They think it's going to sell out because I think 100 tickets sold in the first 2 hours that the show was announced. Because everybody loves Luther. But the set list is just like blown my mind. And I'm not even going to lie to you. I was listening to it last night and it like getting choked up.
Yeah.
Like that song, Dance With My Father, if you've never really actually stopped and really truly listened to those words, I really encourage you to do so, because it's not what you think. You have to really stop and listen to those words. You know, he's talking about being in another room while his mom is, you know, in the room crying over the loss of his father and stuff like that. It just chokes you up. And so for me, my goal is to go in there and sing the songs to the best of my ability, because there's people in there who are Luther fans and they don't even know who I am. So I you know, there's going to be a lot of emotion in that room, because it's one thing to do a tribute show or a cover show, and it's another thing to do it for someone who's a legend like Luther, who's passed on. So it's a huge challenge and a task, but you know, I feel honored to be able to be told that I have enough sweetness in my voice to be able to do it, and it's just a huge honor. And I don't know, I never imagined that I would be doing a Luther Vandross tribute show, especially not now when I'm trying to be edgy and different, but you know, I couldn't say no. And I'm just looking forward to doing some of my favorites, doing some of my parents' favorite songs, and even my grandma, since she had some favorite songs and she's not here anymore. And so it's going to be great to be able to do, just to be able to give people those moments that they cherish so much, because he has so many songs that mean so much to so many different people. So I'm kind of like representing him and keeping his legacy alive. So I'm so excited, so excited, and I just hope I can get through it without crying, because some of his songs really make you like get in your feels.
Yeah, Luther has such an array of songs, and then because you're looking at the lyrics and dissecting the lyrics and trying to connect emotionally with the lyrics, I honestly think even if you get emotional, that's okay, because people want to see that.
It might be okay. And that's right now. It's like, you know, I'm like I said, I'm going to be doing like 17 songs.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to just like memorize them all so I'm really like, they're becoming a part of me. And I don't know, you know, because they're like, oh, if it goes well, we'll do more and more. And I'm like, hold your horses. Let's start with the one. I don't know if I want to do it again, but maybe we will. But like, you know, I look at every show as it might be the last show that I'll do. So ever since I've been off The Voice, I put every ounce of me into it. And I mean, to the point where I don't have friends, I don't hang out with my family. I sit around and just memorize, listen to songs thousands of times, and the songs become me. Because, you know, when it's something like this, it's just very important that people feel the emotion on top of hearing them notes. Mm-hmm. So I have to know what he's talking about. I need to feel the lyrics. I need to understand where was he when he was writing this. And we're doing some fun songs too. There's some really fun songs that he's done that are going to be awesome. And I will record it so you can see. We're gonna probably post like maybe one or like maybe a couple of the best ones. But for anyone who's watching or who lives in Denver, please come out. You're gonna see a DBJ you have not seen before, and I'm gonna be wearing. There will be a wardrobe change, so we're gonna bring the inner Luther is gonna come out of here. Okay. I love the wardrobe, because I feel like when you're an artist, when you incorporate wardrobe, it really helps bring more magic to the thing, because that's my job, is to bring a show. You know, we forget that. Like, you know, my job is not to be famous and to treat people like I'm better than them and to feel like I'm a star. My job is to give a show, sing the notes, make you leave like you felt like you got your money's worth and you had a great time. And that's what I'm looking forward to. So thanks for bringing that up, because I'm just, God, what's your favorite Luther Vandross song? Do you have one?
Oh my gosh. Now you're putting me on the spot, so I'm like, there's so many, but when you said a couple upbeat ones, I actually kind of thought of Bad Boy Having a Party.
That's a good one. I think we're doing that one. We are doing that one. It's just switched the set list. So.
Really?
Yeah,
but there's other ones, and like, I need to actually dissect his music more, because when you said Dance with My Father, I've never actually looked up those lyrics. I mean, we all heard the song, right? But like, I feel like after this, like, I'm going to read those lyrics and I'm going to listen to the song while reading those lyrics. Yeah. And it's just probably going to be.
You're definitely going to cry, for sure. For sure. But there's nothing wrong with crying. Like,
nothing wrong.
Emotion is good. That's what he wrote the song, because he wanted people to cry. Otherwise, he wouldn't have said some of the stuff he said in the song. Okay? But it's a beautiful song. It really, really is. I love So Amazing is a good one. Have you heard that one? You know what I'm talking about? That one. And I love, there's so many. I will send you, when we get off of here, the YouTube playlist, just so you can get more accustomed to it.
Yes, please. Sometimes you need to like dig into someone's catalog, right? And then you just like, and you're like, oh, well, I'm listening to it differently, or I've never heard that song, or you know what I mean? Like, got to.
And he was, you know, probably, to me, I mean, just one of the best male vocalists that he doesn't get as much credit as I think he probably should. And I think it's because a lot of people don't. His catalog he didn't have a lot of songs on the radio. You know, you look at, he was in the same category as like Whitney, you know, and Mariah, and the list goes on, but he didn't have, but his songs are just, you're going to melt. You're going to melt for sure. So I'm excited to share that with you. And love Luther. I'm looking forward to it, man. And I was supposed to do a Luther song for if I had made it past the live shows, and my next song was going to be a Luther Vandross song.
Whoa,
so it's ironic.
What? Luther song?
Never Too Much. I was going to do that one. Never too much, never too much, never too much. You know? And on the heaven of me, you are the shining star, my God, and not my love fantasy. There's not a minute, not an hour, something I don't love you. Goes like that. Oh, my love, 1,000 kisses from you now. Oh, my love, I just don't want to stop. Never too much, never too much.
Oh!
I know I said I wasn't going to sing, but I had to.
Hey, I feel like people here, they want to hear people sing, so I'm all about it, especially if you're used to listening. All about. Can you tell people watching right now the details on the show, where they can get tickets? November 18th. What venue is it at?
Oh my gosh, yes. And I was supposed to put it in here. I'm so sorry. November 18th, Soiled Dove Underground in Denver. Beautiful venue. It's a gorgeous venue. You can get food. There's a whole food menu, drink menu, and there's no opener for this gig. So the second you get there, we'll be opening with a Luther song. It's the week before Thanksgiving. So again, you can actually find the link in my bio, along with the link to my new single, Island Love, coming this month. So you can check that out. And if you're coming to the show, shoot me a message and let me know so I can shoot you a shout out when you get there. And I'd love to dedicate songs too, especially for this one. So if you have anyone, but if you're coming to the show and there's a song that you want to dedicate to someone, let me know. That's kind of what I'm looking to do here. Because it's, like I said, it's not so much about me as it is about the people coming to the show. So I hope that when you guys come, you get what you pay for and that you enjoy the evening. So come on out. Soiled Dove, November 18th. Link in the bio.
Yes. Link in bio. Go on out and see Devan. Are there any final words for the room, Devan?
Any final words? Download I'm in Love on October 30th. And when it comes out, just let me know what you think. Comment, share, post, download it where you can. And like I said, I just appreciate anything that you guys do to support the music I'm putting out. I will always, always, always be one of those artists who appreciates and loves the people that show support towards what I'm doing. So thank you, and that's all I have to say. Thank you, Ashley. It's so good to see you, and I hope that we can continue to stay in touch. Once I get to the VMAs and we do the VMAs, we will still be doing these interviews.
We will.
Yes.
Will. We definitely will. Devan, thank you so much for coming back on the show. As I said earlier, third time's a charm. I'm so very grateful when you come on my show. It's such an honest, vulnerable, fun, good-loving conversation. And like, you just have given me such good vibes, and just like Luther stuff. And like, I just want to be in Denver to watch you do Luther, because I know it's going to be amazing.
Oh, I know. I would love to have you come to a show sometime, but maybe I'll be in New York sometime. So you never know. So just
let me know. Let me do Denver shows, and I will.
Yes, there might be one. Maybe you'll come down for. So yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Guys, don't already. Make sure to follow Devan on Instagram. He's everywhere. Go to the show on November 18th. Even if you're not in Denver, like, go make a trip out there and see my guy. And the new song, I Love, is dropping in just 2 weeks. Stream it, download it, tell a friend, add it to playlists. Like people need to hear this new song. Devan, I'm so very grateful for your friendship, for this interview. Love your artistry, love you as a person.
Me too.
Thank you for coming back. You're welcome to come back on anytime.
Virtual hugs. I'll see you soon.
Hug. And guys, if you don't already, please make sure to follow Devan. And if you're new here, I'm Ashley Live. This is Vibin with Ashley Live. Give us both a follow. Continue to support good music. Be kind to each other, and spread love in every room.
Spread love always. All right.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Yes. Have a great night. Bye, Devan. Thank you.